I am Sure Sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is Righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Martin's man. Hope everybody doing well. Hope everybody doing fine. My people. How you doing over there? Big up. Who that? Man like Chris Romans. Drew Ross, a.k.a. Drew Fortis. How you doing, Drew? What you doing on the Friday here? You're out with the family. Gunner's boss is in the building. Mr. Controversy himself. You understand me? Yeah, Gunner's boss. I wonder which team he's cheering for now in the NBA, seeing that Jimmy Butler has left the Miami Heat. Could it be the Sixers? No, because he's in Philly. I don't believe so. But some good games will be in the NBA tonight. The Memphis Grizzlies, the New York Knicks go up, and Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers top of the clash in the Eastern Conference. King Jav, finger red number one. What that? A Liverpool him talk about. If a Liverpool you talk about King Jav, hold a seat and go back under the bed. Yo, Chris Romans over there in, Houston. Big up yourself, Yeah, big up all of the money. You know that it is a new day. It's actually the end of the day, and so we give thanks for life and life more abundantly. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, and we are forever grateful. You understand me? Just a little proverb to share with you, because it's the end of the day, and we could give you a scripture, but the day is ending. So let me give you a little proverb, right? You see, if a cat wants to be a lion, he has to lose his desire for rats. Yeah, that bad, not true. If a cat desires to be a lion, the cat has to lose its desire for rats. Because you don't know lion no feast on them small things. You understand me? So think big. You understand me? Because before you can change who you are, you have to begin to change how you think. Yeah? Makes sense, not true? So, as a man thinketh in his heart, in his spirit, in his mind, so is he. So, if your behavior need to change, your thinking need to change. And so I always tell people, every day, read a little. You understand me? Read a book. Every day, read a book. Read for 10 or 15 minutes a day. You understand me? Always have books reading. I give you right here on my desk, right? You know, let me just give you a couple of them on my desk that I have gone through. All right, bam. You can see this. Now, that's why I give them no free ad. And see the next one here, bam. No free. You understand me? So we always have them, you know. So we always, while we're sitting here and we're preparing, we're reading something, always have something. Where's the next one? Over here, so we have a next one again. So always surround yourself. You go out, I always have my knapsack, always have a book in there, because I believe that readers are leaders. Read on all different things. If, you know, I'm going to have an interview to do on a platform, and when I'm doing that, I'm going to tell people how I progress in life, like how I was able to do some of the things. And a lot of that was by just taking initiative, meaning just personally just reading, and decided that I'm going to educate myself in a particular field, and that caused me to excel. Big up Conrad Smith. How much Smith in the place? Big up Rob Smith. How much Smith, which is the most common surname for Jamaicans? Smith or Brown? Yeah? Which is the most common surname? That's a very good question. Conrad Smith. Robert Smith. You understand me? Yeah, man, Smith is a very common name, you know. Yeah. Somebody said, Kimo, you said Brown? What I said, the argument is flawed because I don't believe you control what you think. What? What? How you mean you don't control what you think, Gunner's boss? Then how things get in your mind if you don't put it in there? You think, what you think? You think just come? You control what goes into your mind through your ear gate, your eye gate, boss. You, whatever is in your mind, don't get in there because of some alien movement. We control what goes in our minds, boss. Gunner's boss. Come on, Gunner's boss. Do better than that, Gunner's boss. What is flawed with that? You believe people don't control what they think? Of course you control what you think, Gunner's boss. As a man think it, so is he. You control what you think. Gunner's boss. Easy yourself, Gunner's boss. You know, sometimes, you know, Gunner's boss. Big up yourself, you know. So my time I have questions about you know, Gunner's boss. Recheck that whole thing, Gunner's boss. Read it again to yourself. Yes, Brown is the most common name in Jamaica. Brown, yeah, Brown, Smith, which next? Henry, popular name them in Jamaica, you know. Like I feel like every family in Jamaica. You read what you choose. Yes. You read what you choose. Or you choose what you read. You don't have to make a choice. And so based on your thinking, it will force you into the type of choices you make. Gunner's boss. But you call up for 30 minutes and explain yourself. Because I can't explain your rationale. I can't explain your way of thinking and your way of operating on this matter, Gunner's boss. I'm going to leave you alone on it. But people, we're going to talk some JPL, EPL, and the need for infrastructure upgrade and upkeep right across Jamaica. And this is given what we have been hearing. And as usual, I'm going to start with the last thing first and the first thing last, right? Call it a misleading if you want, but that is just my way. call in Gunners boss after the 30 minutes and I can discuss it because I don't understand what you are thinking. But I just understand from you that what you're thinking right now, you don't control it. So I have mercy on you because you don't control what is going through your mind right now. Therefore, what you're typing is not really at your control because your mind is not controlled by you. So when you're calling, you want to tell me what you're saying on the phone, what are you thinking? And who controls that? That should be an interesting conversation. We could discover if you're sane or not. Oh my Lord. Big up Fabian, up man, up full, up and running my boss. Big up the whole of Senton. You understand me? The whole of Westmoreland, the whole of Kingston 8, the whole of Whitehall Avenue, the whole of Reddings Road, Manningsville Road, Hungry Town, Plum Lane, Ranch 12, Bone and Gully, down at Nazareth, over Cassava Peace. Yo, big up for yourself. Yeah. You understand me? Yeah, man. Big up Water Lane. You understand me? 3 Miles River, Blue Castle, Bamboa. You understand me? Frome, Grangeville, Lincoln, Top Lincoln, Bottom Lincoln, Sterling. You understand me? So, big up on yourself. From Russia. Yeah, man. All the way to Hudson Street. Yeah, man. How you mean, man? How you man? Big Bridge, Little London. Everywhere across Jamaica, Norbrook, Cherry Garden. You understand me? Meadowbrook, Rampton, Heavendale. My place there, you understand me? Yeah. Big up every youth to their KFC. Right, I'm waiting at the long line there. That last week in the day in a KFC, I quarrel out the line too long and you take too long to get your food. And today, you are back in this headline waiting on a big deal. 2 original and a spice with a grape juice. You understand me? And you're cuss because you say, every week you come in here, the line long, and you have to wait so long to get my food. For those of you in the drive-thru who are complaining. And I say, why them not hurry up? And the same thing happened last week and you're back there this week. And guess what? Next week, you'll be back in the KFC line because one thing with Jamaica, them love them chicken. You understand me? All when the chicken raw, them go buy it next week. I just a Jamaican thing that them love the KFC. You know what? You understand me? You know, man, I'll catch up cause not catch up in ketchup, but catch up in. You know, man, have a conversation, a discussion around one because you there in the line long time and a friend come pass, whole heap of money to the up at the front, say, buy this for me, buy that for me, buy that. You know, long you stand up in that line and wait and the person just cut in and say, you know, long we sit down over there, so. You know, long I say, but me never see you when me come in here. And them say, no, long me sit down over there, so. Not true. Me never did there in the line. And the person in front of you say, no, ask me nothing, because me look like me a line police. You understand me? And I say, sure, making go on, come back with no argument with no man, not this, not just my phone, me want. Big up all of the people at the fast food giant them right now. Vex! But next week they'll be back there again. I have a solution for all of them. If you really want to hear the solution to, like, KFC, so tell we management. So management tell we what we're supposed to do. If you want to hear how to get in and out of, like, KFC in fast food time, talk to management. I have the solution. Yes, people. Management have the solution. That is my plan going ahead. No more long lines of management. I have it, people. And more help someone who love go by there. So anytime you want to hear when I say talk management, I'm going to tell you how to solve the problem. Easy. 1, 2, 3. No more long lines. You go in and you come out. You pick up and go. That this is the new way to get your chicken ready when you go there. Me alone know it. Believe me when me tell you that. So when you're ready, you let me know. So hit the like button, subscribe, and share the content. You understand me? Let's get some more people onto the show right now. You understand me? Yeah. All right. Yep. I'm going to do that right now. Yeah. All right. So big up on yourself. All right. So lots of things going on. So we're going to talk about this because in light of what we have been hearing, the upgrade or the improvement or the developmental work to the National Stadium, which is scheduled to begin. The real work really begins in August when there's a brand new, right, redevelopment plan for the National Stadium. Nonetheless, before that time, there's a couple of things that they're trying to do, which originally there was a plan, from my understanding, to patch out the areas of trouble on the running surface, which is the track. And that they said that a lot of that is overtime. And then what compounded the issue was Freedom Street, which was, on one hand, it was Freedom Street, but on the other hand, it was track destruction, because the vehicles that would drive on the track and the people on it and the heavy stuff that was on it affected the running track and also the field. And so the plan was to try and upgrade it. And this was because the organizers of the new Grand Prix track thing that is happening, Michael Johnson, the American, and his group wanted to host one leg of it in Jamaica, which I think is a big thing for a major event like this. And they were, from my understanding, and I can be corrected because there are other people who have way more information on these things. So they wanted to make sure that it's aesthetically everything about the stadium was in good condition, from the outside to the inside, painting, bathroom, and all of those things. And so my understanding is that they made some requirements of the track based on the amount of money that they are pumping into this event, which is in April. All right. So the management of the Independence Park management, which includes the National Stadium, would have gone ahead and put in like patchwork. And then the team came in and said, no, this is not sufficient. This will not look good for our event. And based on what we are putting into this, we need a resurfacing of the whole thing. All right. I think I was listening on the radio. Winston Dawes, I think his name is, and the other person was Warren Blake. They were speaking, and one of their suggestions was that it can indeed be patched up, but they would have to repaint the entire thing, mark out the track anew, and so everything will be one color, which is the blue color, and then you'd have to do survey for it to be inspected, to be passed. And so some of the issues that the Grand Prix people raise is that the traction, the bounce on the track is not what it is supposed to be for an event of that nature. And so I think now what is happening is that the government is trying to expedite the process of upgrading the entire track itself, and then later on other work will be done. Now this has affected Carifta. Right, I think that is it. So the track is basically dead and something needs to be done. Thank you, Drew Forty. So like Carifta and other events have been moved to like GC Foster, and there is some serious, I think, worry about the status of ISA Boys and Girls Athletic Championship that is scheduled to happen in mid-March. Will the work be done during that? No, if the work starts, the other issue is that it puts a lot of pressure on the Independence Park manager to have that kind of work happening and to be doing work to get the football field or the pitch in a state of readiness for the return leg of the CONCACAF Club Championship between Inter Miami and Cavaliers, right? That would be the second leg. Because if that upgrade work is going on, you'd want to believe that material and other work-related items would probably somehow find their way on the football field. Imagine also if you had a couple of days of rain, how that could set back the work as well. And just a whole lot of logistical issues. I know the organizers, give credit to them, they have said that there's nothing to be worried about, and the work on the track will be done in time and the field will be ready in time, which is just the surfaces. We are not yet into bathroom facilities, ticketing, security stuff, the seating, especially in the bleachers. Remember, I did a video earlier about just some of the issues where in the cracks in the bleachers, people had like centipedes, or what people Jamaican call 40 leg coming through the cracks, almost biting people. Or do they bite? Do they sting? Again, if you know the difference, you can let me know, right? And so all of these things brings into question the state of sporting infrastructure across Jamaica. Upgrading them, building new ones, and the upkeep of the ones that we presently have. Duckland said, interview the 40 leg, right? No, I want to hear from you people. Should our focus as a nation be, let us assiduously work at upgrading and putting in a maintenance, stewardship, upkeep program in place so that when we spend money upgrading, they don't get run down again? Is that the approach? And all of these state-owned facilities are upgraded by the state with state funds, and the upkeep and maintenance is by the state and state funds. Or should the state look at giving these state-owned infrastructures, Catherine Hall and Trelawney Stadium and all of the others, the one up in Sligoville, probably like a Jarrett Park, Sabina Park, National Stadium, and everything up there, including the Stadium East, and places like the Draxall Sports Complex, and others. Should the state continue upgrading and following up with their upkeep and maintenance, or should there be a look for investors who can take them over on a long-term lease at minimal cost, and they cover the upgrade, manage the upgrade in terms of upkeeping it over that period of time, turn them into profit-making infrastructure so that it's not a burden to the state, but there must be a minimum standard that the state require of these people. What is the solution? Because when we look at, we must be grateful as a country. Let me say this, right? Because for us to have done well in track and field and netball and what we have, because we're operating right now, at the bare minimum when we measure up against global standard. And even if we come to, like, not the top, say, 30 nations in any sporting discipline, the major ones that we have had success in, track and field and football and, say, cricket, if we look at even the second tier of those teams in that bracket, in terms of infrastructure, we are still way behind. We are still way behind the 8 ball. So should there be a minimum standard? And you have like the From Sport Ground. You have this one called there's a Brooks Park, I think in Manchester. You have like in Clarendon there used to be Woodside that Galaxy used to use. You used to have a place down in Hanover, and some people say St. James, they call it Leety. You know, what are we going to do? Because here's what, at some point, the lacking in infrastructure is going to have an impact. And I think it's already having an impact in terms of the development of our footballers, the pace of their development, and the fact that they don't have proper facilities to grow into good professionals. I think so. And again, we must be grateful that with the National Stadium, that is the main venue for most of our track and field. And there still is in many parishes where people do a lot of their races on grass. In these times when we have had such success, that we are a very fortunate and blessed country. Do you know that Western Champs is for schools in Western Jamaica? You know where Western Champs have been held for the last couple of years? In South Jamaica. In St. Catherine, to be exact. So a school from Hanover, like Little London High School in Westmoreland, you could say, yeah, Westmoreland, has to travel to St. Catherine for what they call the Western Championship. The Western Relays are also held at GC Foster. How is this possible? It would be like if it were the reverse. Like the Corporate Area Championship. Imagine if the Corporate Area Championship were being held in Negril. This is what is happening for years. And because we keep winning Carifta, because we keep on producing Olympic medalists, I don't think much attention, because one thing that I know is that any measure of success always seem to cover all the flaws. And that is why I think while I'm hurt, and I know many people around like the U17 men, U17 women, and U20 women are hurting by the failure of the teams to qualify. I think that we can learn lessons from the failures. We can learn lessons from these things. Because it is also possible that if we had success in these things, we would have continued down the path with these successive programs with failing processes in place. So I think it is good sometimes that we went to the last major global track and field championship and did poorly on the track. Because then I think it forced us to look at ourselves as a nation and say, no, obviously we're getting this wrong. Because the continued success, I think, kind of covered some of these things. But we have to find a pathway. No, the only way, I believe, any person who is in the matter of business for generating profits and income, the only way they would take on the responsibility of these kind of infrastructure in Jamaica is if they had guarantee that if I take over the operations, say, of Brooks Park and turn it into a 10,000 seat football stadium, I have a guarantee that I will have X amount of rentals for it on a yearly basis that will help me, because no one is going to do this if Brooks Park is not going to be used any at all. Why would I take on the responsibility of upgrading Catherine Hall or upgrading Brooks Park or upgrading Kirkvine, putting in seats and lighting and upgrading the Catherine Hall, the Trelawney Stadium, and setting it up with lights and stuff, and I don't have anything in place for its use. Therefore, when these companies are being invited, ISA need to be, in other words, all the stakeholders need to be brought to the table, which is the Premier League clubs, the Tier 2 clubs, the high schools, both male and female, the Jamaica Football Federation, the JS3A, the Jamaica Cricket Association. All of these stakeholders need to come to the table. And based on what is built at Brooks Park or Frome or Kirkvine or Woodside or what's the one all the way out in St. Thomas? What's the name of that one again? Oh my God. That people always say is a good one, or it's Portland it is. Where I think it's Serge used to control it. What's the name of that one out that side? They always talk about it and say the national team can use out there. Right? These people have to know that if I invest this money, that Premier League clubs are going to use the facility. National team games at some point, whether friendlies or not, are going to be played there. No, not Lantop, man. It's a popular name, man, and they play games out there, man. Is it St. Thomas or Portland? And it's owned by Surge Island, man. Own it. It's on, I don't know, or Surge Island out there. Where is it? Vinny Congo. Duckland, you must know, man, our Gunners boss. Come on, man. Oh, jeez, what's the name of the place? York? Goodyear Oval. What is Goodyear? Yeah, Goodyear Oval. They have a next name for it. What is Goodyear Oval? They call it a next name. Goodyear Oval. Once I hear the name, I'll tell you, man. And they have lights out there too, you know. They set up lights out there. Is Darrell Vaz? Or one of them people that I don't know. Goodyear Oval. Is there a next name for it? Goodyear Oval. Give me a next name. It could be Goodyear Oval, but I know they have even out that side as well. And people are saying that Speed should move his team there at one point. Maybe Cavalier should go there and use it as their home ground. What's the name of the place? Cheese and peace. I don't know. But even people have suggested that maybe Speed should move Cavaliers over there and let it be their home ground. I don't know. But whatever it is, the point. I don't, Chris King or Portland. I don't know, you know. No, me feel like me not to know me at talk about right now. But I saw, oh jeez. El Granero, I don't even know if it's Portland. But what is the name of the field that people are saying that Speed could use it for Cavaliers, man, and play games over there? What's the name of the field? Oh no, I can't believe this. Anyway, somebody's going to yeah, well, Alex Reed, where you there? Alex know the name of them field over there. Over that side, is Lynch Park. In Lynch Park is where St. George's used to play. I don't believe it is Lynch Park, you know. Yeah. So that is one of the things, because to really get us at a place where we are developing Carter Park. Yes, El Granero. Yo, big up yourself. Lord, people them not working anymore. Come on. People them not here when time they them thing anymore. People them say them not hear the sound effect. Big up yourself, El Granero. Hey, yo, Duckland, give Granny Euro because he's always giving super chat and super sticker. Give him a super chat and super sticker for that. Card apart. People have said like card apart. You understand me? So I think you can say to someone, listen, if it's a football or it has track and field, listen, we will give you a couple of events, right? And some of these places can all be used for entertainment, you know, because now it becomes even easier to use the National Stadium for entertainment. I don't believe that given the fact that we only have one stadium for football, one major stadium for football and track and field where international events can be hosted right now, that we should also use that said venue for entertainment. I do not agree with that. If we had multiple, then we could. Because if it is in disrepair because of the entertainment event, there are other places to host the sporting event. But right now, I do not believe, no matter what the amount of money is, that the stadium, where I'm talking inside the stadium itself, should be used for entertainment thing. Because there's no way you're going to have an entertainment event and it doesn't take a toll on the track and on the football service. You said, man, Steve, we never see that. We never see it. Oh, sorry, boss. El Granero, the man say, me take back the answer, boss. The man say, I never you said that. He said it wasn't you. It was him. All right, so big up, man, Steve. Me never see a response till how I don't see what you said. Me not see at the first message that missing from you, boss. I don't see where you said anything like that. I don't see where you said anything like that. Oh, so the Goodyear Oval has been transformed into a beautiful modern-day Moranbay urban center. When you say an urban center, what exactly do you mean when you say it's an urban center? Explain that to me, El Granero. Oh, so Carter Park is a home field for Progressive in Tier 2 and also the Wi-Fi United in the Jamaica Women Premier League. Oh, that's not started yet. The Jamaica Women's Premier League, not started yet. Very interesting competition coming up, you know. Yeah. So I think we need to look at that. I think, for example, there's a field that Mullines used to use. Down by where Tarrant is. You know that JPS also have a good place down there. You know that JPS have a good feel that like it is like their club used to be, but those are good, like Mullines. Mullines is in a place where they are probably not going to be able to find adequate land space to build something. So could we look at, for example, the Constant Spring field for like a Mullines to look at? There you go. Justice Era Park. It's being constructed with stands now to host JPL game soon. All right. Hey, Mullines, please do not get relegated. Next thing, the man then go fix up stadium for us. Hey, Mullines. Yeah, all right, there you go. Constant Spring is overused. Mullines, you cannot afford to get relegated from the JPL when the people them up try to build stands so you can host games. Mullines, you cannot afford to get relegated. Let me say it. Who run Mullines? Send this to him. Sir, ma'am, you cannot afford to get relegated when money is being spent to upgrade. Yeah, you understand me? Right? No, you can't spend so much money if you go play a Tier 2. No. All right. But I think we need to look at that. I think we need to look at somebody was asking who is responsible for the upkeep of Arnett Garden. is that the club or the community or the member of parliament? That's a very interesting question, you know. Is it a combination of all three? Like I feel like Waterhouse is private, politician, and community that works together to kind of keep it. I don't know what. Yeah, I think that is what happened with places like Arnett Garden. I think a lot of those, even Edward Seaga, I feel like a lot of that is like the political representative helps with the upgrade of the upkeep of those facilities. Hey, Mr. Ricketts. No, y'all watching. You know the biggest legacy I think you can leave. Let me talk to Mr. Ricketts right now. People call this beating. Let me talk to Mr. Ricketts. The biggest legacy that you're going to leave on this football is more than just a World Cup qualification. Because you have the girl. It's more than that. Here's what it will be. If when you leave the football, the people see in Clarendon a stadium built or a stadium with 7,000 to 10,000 seats, a good surface, changing rooms, lighting, and you even have the Michael Ricketts changing room. See, that is big. So, how many years you have leave? 3? I don't know. I don't want to say talk to Jack or so on. I don't know. But I think that is something that you need to look at. Man still probably can help us with some of these, like who is responsible for the upgrade, and this is BAM Sport. It is not transfer people, so he's not going to talk about transfer. He said the MP is the chairman. Okay, chairman of the article. BAM, welcome to
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, good night, man, and good night to your listeners. People, make sure you hit the like button. Duckland, send in the super chat, brother. Take it out of your pocket. Next thing.
Man, Ryan, train you well, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so like the club like Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse and those clubs, it's a club who is really responsible for the upkeep and maintenance, you know. I mean, I think yeah, but the owner for Tankwell is the chairman of Waterhouse, Mr. Bicknell.
So is it White the chairman?
White is the president. Donovan White is the president.
Oh, the president. So Telwell is the president, but Mark Bolin is it?
No, man.
Peter.
Telwell is the general manager at Arnett Gardens.
Yeah,
Mr. Golden is the chairman. It's always been like that, you know, because before Mr. Golden, Mr. Davis was the chairman of Arnett. Omar Davis.
So like how Edward Seaga is dead, is Desmond McKenzie, because he's a member is he the chairman at Tivoli?
No. I'm not sure who the chairman is, but I know the president is Miss Dawn Heron.
Okay.
I don't know who the chairman of Tivoli is, but I know the president is Dawn Heron. I think she works at the ministry. She works at the Ministry of Sports.
Okay. So all right. So who is then responsible? Is it the chairman and the boards that are responsible for these stadiums, or because they are like government community owned, it is from like the member of parliament, whoever those persons are?
By and large, the member of parliament will support their clubs, because I know that when Mr. Davis was the chairman of Arnett, and that at that time Boyson was in the Premier League, he used to give assistance as well as the member of parliament. Yeah, as a member of parliament, because members of parliament have some money that they get through the constituency development fund, where a portion of it can be used for sporting enhancement and stuff. So I guess from time to time they can get donors or whoever to assist clubs. But usually the clubs that are in their constituency, they will support them. But I mean, the clubs generally take care of in terms of the upkeep of the field and, you know, the maintenance and the whole of it.
Because here's what I'm thinking though. I do not think and I'm just going to be, maybe I'm being, I don't have as much information, but just from my perspective, I don't think the clubs generate enough funds to maintain the 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 entire stadium.
It depends on the club you're talking
Up
about.
to a level.
It depends on
Well,
the club you're
maybe
talking
Arnold,
about.
maybe
So
Arnold
like
exception.
Arnett Gardens, I would
Yeah.
think make the revenue, even Waterhouse too, I would think when they are fully functional and can host games and stuff on a regular basis, I would think that they can have enough that they can provide for the stadium and meet their expenses. I mean, Tivoli Gardens hasn't had that setting in terms of home games there for a while. I think this season is the second, like 2 years now that they have decided to start hosting games. Usually they have good crowd support, you know. Usually when Tivoli Gardens play home games, they get good crowd support.
You think the
Um,
people who go to Tivoli, like the Tivoli people, they actually have to pay to go in? Just I always wonder about that. Like, you think the people in Arnett Gardens, like the community next door, Arnett, they actually pay to go in? I don't know because I don't know what the
I
gates.
mean, there is a stigma that a lot of these people don't pay to go in, but I mean, I would have gone to games there and go through the gate, and the way I see the gate operate, I'm assuming that they do pay to come in. I mean, you will have people who don't pay because that's how it is in terms of these communities and stuff. But I think, and also, you know, when football field at Arnett Garden too, a lot of times you have people from outside, you know, like who
Those
visit.
people are going to pay because, boss, I can tell you, Constant Spring used to be packed. And I can tell you, most of the people from Whitehall Avenue, Cassava Piece, we used to go to Constant Spring, them only pay when them go away a game.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying based on how I say Arnett Gardens is like so like yeah, me know, but me I say all right, even a case like this now, sometimes other games play at Arnett Gardens that is not Arnett Gardens hosting, and people make good revenue. Like clubs who rent there make good revenue from hosting games there. Because it's set up to, once you have the right security people in place, you can restrict people from entering without paying.
I'll take your word for that. Although Duckland said no, they don't. He says I asked someone that lives there, and they asked me if me mad.
Well,
I don't. I don't. I don't.
uh,
I don't.
yeah, but now
I
answer
don't.
Duckland, brother. Yo, you pay the super chat yet? You talk about if you're mad. Pay the super chat, man, and stop with your comment them, man.
But
Gonna boss Mr. Siagalo for someone can say, oh, okay.
I don't think it's not a matter of loving. I just feel like he doesn't
Man,
have
man,
this.
the truth is still like Mr. Siago still, I think, had a different love and passion for sports though, you know, because it's not just football, because when Mr. Siaga was alive, Tivoli used to have a very vibrant basketball team. Them used to have marching band.
March fun,
So
yeah.
I think
And the
they used to have a
netball
good
team is
netball
good.
team too,
Yeah,
with a lot of national players. So I think him as an individual had a great love for sports overall. And sometimes when you find that happening, he will be more likely to extend sometimes his own personal resources to make it, you know, look a good product. So yeah, I think that's how it is sometimes.
The other thing I want to ask, so you talk about like the member of parliament who is the chairman of Arnett Garden. Isn't that an issue though? Because Boystown is right down the road. I mean, God forbid, suppose Boystown and Arnett are both in the Premier League. How does that how does it work? Does he give the
Well,
same
Mr.
amount?
Well, I wouldn't be sure of the amount, but I know that when Boyson was in the Premier League, Mr. Davis used to support them. And even now that they are not in the Premier League, I mean, I've seen Mr. Golden being there. I mean, as not many people know, I am a part of the institution. I've seen where he has rendered assistance in, well, not just in sports, because like Boystown is not just a sporting like organization. They do other things too, schooling, after homework center and those stuff. And I've seen where he has assisted
Who is
financially there as
responsible
well.
for the upkeep of the? Because I know that there have been efforts to get the pump working again, to do the fencing down by. Who is
The
responsible?
board is.
which is not the board for the
No,
it's not
it's
the board
it's
for the
it's so
football, it's the board for the entire what they call it, the Boys Town
it's an
what?
institution. So the board consists of people from cricket, football, the school. I think even the principal of Heart, the Heart Trust that's there, she's on the board too. So they all, and then you have like past, you call them stalwarts of Boys Town, who also play an active role too. So and then they have some people overseas who live in Canada that keep a benefit, some golf tournament that they keep every year where they raise funds. These are some people who, some of them probably have not been back to Jamaica for many years, but every year they keep a golf tournament in Canada where they raise funds. And then you have the people like Carl Brown who lives overseas but travels back and forth and always try to link up like Boys Town, elder statespersons who offer financial resources to help with different projects and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think like Boys Town will be difficult because who I don't know. You Sherlock started that whole thing. I don't know who owns it. If he gave it to the community, because I don't believe it is government owned. So maybe like if a private investor,
it's not government owned still, but like I said, it's all people who have been through the institution that give back their time and resources sometimes to make it run. The main person who is on the ground like taking care of it now is a gentleman by the name of Ricardo Magishi Senior. He's the coach of the cricket team, but he's also an active board member. So he's the one, along the other persons, because it's mainly football and cricketers that use the field now. So even us as cricketers that play there and even other athletes, sometimes we contribute to to help to cut the field or stuff like that.
Yes,
and
so the point I'm making earlier, it didn't work for Boys Town because like it's not like if a private investor came in and said, listen, I want to lease this and I want to operate it and then fix it up and set up stand lighting and all of those things. I don't think that would be possible with Boys Town because of how it is structured.
I suppose if they make the right approach to the board, I don't think they will refuse it. Because I mean, there is even a plan over there now. I think there was some MOU signed with the Jamaica Skateboard Association. They're supposed to build a skating park over there.
Yes.
I'm not sure where that is now because they came down there and did some donation of skateboards and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, now it's on the up now in terms of the field. I can probably send you a picture of the video of the field. It's really in a really good condition. The pump is working now. Sprinklers are there, and it's actually a solar pump that's there. I mean, many people contributed to that pump, including the Marlies. They contributed to the pump being there as well. So and
it's said that it must be given to Andrew Price as well.
What was given to Andrew Price?
It's a credit.
Oh, definitely. No man, yeah, man. Andrew Price is the president of the football club per se, but I mean he's been one of the longest serving coaches, administrators at the club. Given a lot of years of service without pay. Yeah, I don't think you can mention Boys Town football without mentioning Andrew Price. So yeah, even when he was at Umberlion, he was still actively a part of the organization and stuff. So yeah.
My question, because what I'm getting to is, how can these fields, say like a Boys Town field, Arnett Garden, Waterhouse, in the Tivoli, can investors actually take them and then said, listen, this field is for rental. So if Tivoli wants to use it, yeah, they will pay a smaller fee because they're from the community. Would our communities even allow that? Because I think like the fields were built, like those fields like Boys Town were while they may have a board, I think they were basically like gifts and grants to the communities themselves.
Yeah, I mean it could work. It could, but like I said, I mean the right conversation would have to be had with the right people. And where it will benefit the community and stuff, because a part of it is even with the whole Boys Town when they were doing the pump and the water pump and everything, that whole process took a very long time because they had to do some testing of the water because the board was insistent on ensuring that even though we get the pump to maintain the field, they also wanted to provide an opportunity from the well where the water can be treated and provided to members of the community who would need it. So
There
that
you
also
go.
maybe took a longer time. So, like I said, if the right conversation is had with the powers that be, and there can be an agreement that enables the organization or the institution to develop, and at the same time not, I would say, block out the community, then I think it could happen.
Yeah. That is it. And so maybe we'd have to probably look at some of the other fields like no to kind of do that. But I think the infrastructure thing and the maintenance, because that's probably going to be the highest bill. How do we keep this going when there is no activity? And how can we get other activities? Like how do we get other people to use Boystone and pay money just in the same way people are using Arnett Gardens? Like some of the clubs in Kingston is like their next home ground if their home ground is not up to standard. Like how do we
Yeah,
get other
I think Arnett Gardens have they have an ideal facility, but I mean institutions would have utilized Boys Town. I mean, in recent times, that's where Stats play their home games for Manning Cup, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where they play the home game for Manning Cup. The Jamaica Fire Brigade, when they are playing Business House, that's where they use as their home field.
and they pay to use it.
Correct.
Okay, I see what you mean. So there is that in place. Well,
Yeah, man, that happens. And I mean, other clubs, there was a time when Melbourne didn't have a home venue and their field was being renovated and they utilized down there as well. So yeah.
if this field, what is up at Eastwood Park Road, when you turn off Eastwood Park, is which one of the cricket clubs are? Is Melbourne? Is not Melbourne?
Yeah, it's Melbourne. It's Melbourne. Yeah.
All right, like yeah, even those places just run down after a while, and I'm saying that is a place that
Well,
where they
actually Melbourne is well kept. I mean,
well kept.
yeah, man, because they have so like I know Nikita Miller has an academy that utilizes over there. But Melbourne is just like Kingston Cricket Club is a members club, so they have a fully operating bar and restaurant that's over there like every day, where people go to eat lunch and stuff like that. So that helps with the maintenance. Even say for Kingston Cricket Club, it's a members club too, where they have a fully functioning bar and restaurant and stuff, where that helps to keep up with the upkeep. And I think Kingston Cricket Club is a members club, you know, where they actually have members who pay a subscription fee to be a member for the club.
Is it Kingston Cricket Club by Sabina Park, sir?
Correct.
So so Kingston Cricket Club only own the stand, but the Sabina Park belongs to the government?
Something like that. Because I know that. All right. No, let me tell you. All right. So, say for example, the JFF is going to, or like when the PFJL is renting over the venue to keep playoff games.
Yes.
When it's two separate arrangements, so they have to pay a different fee to rent Kingston Cricket Club and a different fee for the Sabina Park itself. So and also when events are held over there, like sporting events, Kingston Cricket Club members, they don't pay to go in. So once they come and show you their Kingston Cricket Club ID that is not expired for the year, you have to let them in. I think I think eventually when you're working out your fee or whatever, that because those perks are some of the things that their members get. So like when West Indies is playing cricket match at Sabina Park,
they don't pay.
No, they don't need to pay. Once they have their ID, because remember,
even when the World Cup is keeping at Sabina Park,
anything is playing over there. The members for Kingston Cricket Club, they get an ID. So when they pay a membership fee, they get a photo ID printed with a picture on it and a date. Kingston Cricket Club have their own entrance to go over there. You know, there's an entrance for them. You know, so once they come and produce their ID,
do they pay Sabina Park a fee for operating like that over there?
I don't know about that part. They possibly, I don't know. I'm not sure about
Because,
that arrangement.
who owns the land that they're on?
I'm not sure. I couldn't say. But I know that it's two separate entities that operate over there. So like I'm telling you, so
That's true, no. Yeah. Cricket, they have a different entrance. They have a,
yeah, man, they have an entrance for where so those members they utilize them ID. So like when footballer play over there, man, you will realize that up at the top, like they have up the top of the Kingston Cricket Club, it's the Kingston Cricket Club members that go up there. And but like I'm saying, it's not just a free for all. Like you have to be an active and paid member. That's one of the privileges that they get.
Okay. All right. El Granier was asking what happened to Bumper Hall. That is where Stats used to play. Because I know Stats used to have them own field. Isn't that the Stats field? Bumper Hall.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but I know that's where they play their they use Barstow as their home venue to play cricket and football. Yo, Rob Smith, me not care, brother. But they home, bro.
Brooks Park is now leased by Mr. Boxill and his team. Barry Watson is responsible for the field. Coach Andrew Edwards used over there for his academy. Okay. But listen, what are we going to do about, given what is happening, Bam, with even the stadium, what are we going to do about, what is your thought on this matter of infrastructure, sporting infrastructure in Jamaica?
Well, man, I think if we are going to achieve like any form of elite sporting facility, that's gonna have to come from the government because I mean the clubs by themselves I don't think have the means to procure or to implement those sort of investment at this time. So I think even a situation like National Stadium or those other facilities, I think the government is the one who's gonna have to do that. I mean they have more means to can invest in those sort of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, Rob Smith says the issue is Jamaicans don't see the industry of sports. All they see is the photo up. I'm sure everybody will be online to take pictures with Messi right in their embarrassment. I think he's saying,
He said embarrassment of a stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's quite a sad state that we are in terms of sporting as a country. But I mean, who knows? Maybe this opportunity that is maybe this venture where Cavalier got to play Inter Miami and bring arguably one of the greatest players of all time to come to Jamaica. Maybe this can be the catalyst for them to start taking the industry more serious. Who knows? Well, I mean, we have the two fastest human beings alive, and that didn't inspire them. So who knows? Maybe the great one will inspire them to take more action. I mean, it's really sad and unfortunate that we have the two fastest people alive, and our stadium we have to be going to massive.
You're thinking too? There was a time when Jamaica had two of the fastest women and around three of the fastest men. Asafa, Yuan,
And you saying
top five. Yeah. And there was a time when Shelly and Elaine were in like the top five.
yeah, so I'm saying it's but at the same time, we have a national stadium that hosts is arguably the greatest high school sporting championship in the world, and it's been it's been looking unlikely because we couldn't get the stadium track to be repaired, so yeah.
We have the very soft spoken Tyrone.
Oh Lord, hold on, man. Let me turn on my phone.
Hey, see you, Mr. Bam. Sir Bam, it's you.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night to you.
Good night, T-Gat. But when they come, T-Gat, turn on your voice when they come up on the platform, brother. Please.
All right, man. I just want to ask. I was discussing something today, and I never even think about it. I don't know what you guys can and make of it.
Well, Gunners ball, you don't have to worry.
What if
We're
talking about the stadium. Right, sorry.
Let me just stop you a little, 1 second. You don't have to worry about you weren't thinking about it. Because Gunners ball said we don't control what we think. So you don't have to go.
All right. You guys are talking about the stadium, right? And Brian and Sir Omar. What about if we turn the stadium east in a take up the cycle track, turn it in a full-fledged football stadium?
The stadium east, there's no cycle. There's no cycle track at the stadium east.
No, the cycle track, the running track. Sorry, the running track.
Yes.
Take up the running track, turn it into a football stadium. Build it up. You understand? Add some more. Add deck to it and add some more things. Turn it's football stadium. And I hear that there's a cricket pitch over there that not been used, and turn that cricket pitch into an over stadium.
Which one of the stadium cricket pitch?
They were saying that there's a cricket pitch there. I was wondering where. But even
hold on, bam.
Hold on,
Tiga. Hold on, Tiga. Tiga, I'm gonna help you, brother.
Hold on. All right, fine. Even the hold on.
Tiga,
Even if there's no cricket pitch.
Tiga, you don't want to help.
Even if there's no cricket pitch.
Tiga, you don't want to help. Yes, just when you don't want to help. Yes or no?
More help. All right, more help. But let me just say what I never said no. Even if there's no cricket pitch there, I'm saying this discussion can't hold if we can't turn Stadium East in a full-fledged football field. Turn a stadium.
And what do you do with the national stadium?
Hold on, Tiga.
First and foremost. The use of running.
Tiga, hold on, Tiga.
Use it for running.
Tiga, that's hold on, man. First thing first. This is called I Am Sure Sports. They can't come from I Am Sure Sports. And I tell the people them say cricket pitch they have a stadium, brother. Apologize for that, man. Next thing.
All right, I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm sorry. I thought there was an old cricket pitch over there.
No.
Yeah. Tiga,
anyway.
if you go ahead, Bam. Go ahead, Bam.
Anyways, Tiga, the idea we have still, I don't think it will be feasible.
Because where the athletes warm up before they go into the stadium to run Tiga.
Yeah, because that's where they warm up. You know?
There's enough space. We could drop an next 200 track there.
Where?
For the athletes to warm up.
Where?
Stadium. It's over there. Over there.
Where?
No land that they can drop a 200 track there.
Tiga, we don't think you go. Bob, talk to Tiga then.
Hold on.
Tiga, hold on. Tiga, hold on, Tiga. Remember, the stadium, you know. Tiga, just listen, man. Listen, no. Remember, over the stadium, you have National Indoor Sports Complex. You have Leela Robinson Court. You have the Aquatic Center. I want to think over that big place, you know. No space there to build no more track, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man, loud and clear.
Okay, so I say I don't think the space is there for that. To build an next track, per se.
All right, so the parking, some of the parking lot, we have I can't remember some park. Some of the parking lot, we can't put up a building where them can park here. You know, like them some 4-story building or them big building that if you where you park here. That only give some space.
If we don't have money to lay the track. What you think, sir? We're gonna find money to build buildings to car park, brother.
All right, Tiga.
Investment, you want to talk about, you know.
Tiga, here's what I will agree with you. I think we can find. I think, like, because we're talking about if you're gonna do what you're saying in a Tiga, if you say turn the national stadium now into just a track and field stadium only, that's a good idea, you know. But you're going to need a big warm-up area with tents and all of those things. That's the thing with track and field, you know. Track and field, basically, if you have international meets, you really need 2 tracks. In close proximity so that people can move from the warm-up area into the main track. Do you agree with that, Tiga?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. I agree with it. But what I said, when I bring up that point, is when I bring up that point, they said there was a whole cricket pitch over there, would not use it. So I wonder where the whole cricket pitch there.
No man, I must chill on the stadium no matter, man. I can't national stadium.
Here's
No
what-
man, a national stadium, man.
Here's what
It was a national
here's what I
stadium.
know. When I was a kid growing up, you had over here, Leela Robinson Court is. There was a next field over there, you know. And you had Stadium East, you had National Stadium, and you had that one closer to
Parade Gardens
a Parade Gardens in name.
or Stadium Gardens or whatever.
Stadium Gardens, right? So there used to be a field where like
Swallow Field.
Swallow Field. So there used to be a field closer.
I remember Solar Field. Yes. Remember that. Yeah.
All right. So there was a dirt field. That field was like dirt, cause like the Stadium West, right? Stadium West they used to call there. So there used to be Stadium East, Stadium West, and the National Stadium. All right. Now, what is that Stadium West? You have the basketball, the Leela, all of those things. So that is not there.
Yeah, and you have National Indoor Sports Center, which is right there too.
Think there's a field topside Stadium East. There's a field topside Stadium East.
Yes.
All right, so that's about.
Yes,
They were still in the discussion. I'm saying I don't even know about that. I'm saying,
there's a field.
I don't know. It's I don't remember the place well.
There's a field there, Mannings, but Teagat is not a cricket field. So lot of man is not a cricket pitch, but Mannings, man, there's a all right. So yes,
that's a close to the car park.
Yes, yeah, man. It's. I wouldn't say it's a field per se, but it's a big open space that's there, though. I don't know if it's big enough to build a track or anything, but yeah. So if you enter in Stadium East from that top part there, yeah, people normally park them car close to there. Yeah. But remember, remember to over National Stadium to them also have a section where them called mass camp where them keep parties and them stuff too, you know.
Which is where that people used to park sometimes over the field if you go mass camp.
Yes.
All right. So it is settled then that we could have we can get a small field for them warm up on. Turn Stadium East into a full-fledged football field in our stadium.
Tigat, I don't think you can really, from where that field is to come inside the stadium in a Tigat. It's a little bit further.
It's a nice little distance, but I'm saying Tigat. Oh, so Tigat is saying they must turn Stadium East. That means they must take up the track over Stadium East.
Yeah.
And Bill stands over there, so.
Yeah, man. Right. And you know, we can go up in decks, you know. We don't have to, as I get the road, just go up in decks. Just go up. You understand?
And then you're saying, hold on.
30,000 people.
Tigat.
Where?
Hold on, man. Tigat. It's excited, man. Then you say, hold on, Tigat. So then you're saying now, over the National Stadium. Hold on, Tigat, man. Over the National Stadium itself now. You are saying over there should be reserved for track and field only.
Track and field only. And if they want to keep them concert, they can keep them concert over there.
Well, I think I don't see how that works. Listen, I like the concert.
And the third Stadium East now in a football field. You understand? A full-fledged for football field.
Tigat. So you see this side of, when last have you gone to Stadium East? All right, so let me give you a little idea about Stadium East. You see, if you move there, because the stand area at Stadium East is not big enough. Because remember, even the changing rooms would need to expand, you know, while you can build on top of it. This side go to Mountain View behind the goal there, so it's not a lot of space, you know, Tigat. Even when you remove the track, you know, the side to the road, you know, you don't have a lot of space, you know, because you still have to leave space between the stadium and the road. Like the wall is right there on the track and there's a grass area now. So you make it sound like there's all of this space. Even when you lift up the track.
Because the track is not that massive.
It's not like there's a lot of space. But the idea, the road is right next to the wall. That's what I'm saying. So it would be listen,
I don't even know, because I think the better idea would be turn the stadium into the football area and then turn Stadium East into the track and field and make the other field warm up.
Money can't happen because which part champs all keep, brother?
There you go. And Mermo said,
management, and the next thing to the Tiga is the next thing to, bro. All right. You see the idea what you make. You see the countries them have their massive football field, and I mean, we don't have enough football being played in Jamaica that attracts that high level of fan base consistently. That would make a business person want to do that investment. Because it's all good and well if you have a big stadium with just a massive field and whatever, but how are you going to maintain it? Because at some point you have to go make revenue, and I mean, it's like even this thing coming up with Cavalier now Inter Miami, like it's not like that going to happen every year. I mean, it's not a guarantee that every year we're going to have a Jamaican team that's going to be in this start of competition and consistently play, or we're going to attract people going to come to football to fill up the stadium, like when it reaches the playoff of the Premier League and the finals and stuff. And maybe if the reggae boys are playing and, attracting. Because by and large, we have to look for, the National Stadium is just in recent times when Jamaica playing game, they start fill up back. For a long time, it was just there and it wasn't being filled up to capacity like that.
Boss, if the entrance, you see the entrance in terms of entrance to the Stadium East, if it were to host like a big bus, like say the USA team bus, like how when you're having those games you have to drive in, like when you go like to the Gold Cup and those places, if you see how our bus come right up to the place and people have what they call that area, the what mixed zone right there, Stadium East don't have that, T-Got. When you come from the Mountain View side and you take the right and to go to Stadium East, but when you have a bus, it have to stay basically outside, because the stands and the rooms come almost up to the fence. The space is very, very tight. So a lot of things would have to, they would have to probably get rid of the mass cam thing, and reposition stuff and probably remove some of the parking lots and have parking elsewhere. I don't know, but it's an idea. You're muted, T-Got. So I don't know if you're talking.
Yeah, I listen to the I listen to the talk. Yeah, I listen to the talk. That's how we mute the mic. But I know that there's not a lot of football. But if you look in this coming year, man, there's a lot of football I play.
This year?
You understand? The girls, them are do well.
No.
I think them not get more matches.
T-Got, where is a lot of football being played?
I said there's a lot of football going to be played. When you come on to the girls under 17 and all them stuff there.
The girls
World Cup, under 17 World Cup every year.
No, the girls under 17 World Cup done already. Them go play.
No, but I'm just saying with all these competitions.
It would not have been played in Jamaica. And if we fix up stadium,
we can get games we can get more games coming into Jamaica if we have a proper field.
No man, Tiga, listen. All right, just what I'm saying is that at the youth level, the tournaments are normally like one country tournament. It's a tournament to qualify. So all the teams would have to be here playing.
I got you.
You understand? It's not like it's a home and away at under 17 girls or boys or under 20. What would that is why if the people in Montego Bay fix up that. If the Arnett Gardens set up the stadium in a better kind of stadium, you have the stadium, then what would happen is like you have 3 fields. You can put one zone in Montego Bay, you have hotels and all of those things. But remember now, with these things, you also have to have training areas, which is part of the problem. We don't have any. You understand what I say, Bam? So even if Jamaica gets it, where are the teams going to train? You have place to play the match, But if a team, the Montego Bay now, and say the USA is one with 3 other teams, maybe 2 zones down there, 2 zones in Kingston. Where are the teams going to train? Because them can't train at the match venue.
Yep, that's a challenge.
Boy. So when we just fix what we have then? Pick up the national stadium and hope for the best.
It-
You understand?
I
But
don't- yeah.
it's
I don't. I'm glad that Mullines. I don't know what the plan is. The Justice Sierra Park. This is the one down by the JPS community club, or that's a different one.
No man, JPS Community Club is actually now on Rootven Road, you know. But
They move it.
yeah man, they no longer off Monaghan, so it's on Rootven Road. But
So what
just
the place? Someone down another place there. But the field, the football field, them used to play cricket, them used to have tennis court. What happened to it? A club.
I'm not sure, you know. But I know that, and well, maybe I'm mixing up what you're talking about. But I know Justice Sierra Park is a venue that is owned by Jamaica Civil Service Association. So what happened is Mullines have a lease there. They have a
When
lease.
you're coming from Officer, you take the left turn to go down there, right? You take
Yeah,
a
man,
left turn.
it's right beside Tarrant High School.
Okay.
That's just Sierra Park. So Mullines have a lease over there. So because before, you know, where Mullines used to be, I think Digicel did buy out that whole place around there. So when they were doing some expansion, and so along with the member of parliament and everything, they relocated just Sierra Park. I mean, they also have a well over there too, you know, one of them well there with water and stuff, you know. So Mullines have a lease over there now, so that's where they are training. They have been there for a while, but I think they are putting up some stands over there now with the hope of hosting like games in the Premier League and stuff.
Yeah. Whoa. But I'm seeing that here. Let me just ask you. T got to know if you're aware of this. So you know that the third one of the Premier League. Right, the third round of the Premier League is beginning, and I know what they have done is that you go, it's 13 games you have. I think some teams will have 6 home games, 6 away games.
No.
Probably a couple of them.
7 home and 6 away, or 6 away and 7 home.
Right.
Whichever way.
Whichever way. Right. So, but there used to be Monday night fixtures, right? Now, some teams are vying for playoffs position, avoiding relegation.
Right.
So I know that just from my sources, Mount Pleasant and Portmore were supposed to play a Monday night game. My understanding is that Portmore don't want to take up that because they want to play at Freddie Nita Park, which is their home venue. All right. Now, my thing is, how does this affect the revenue of the Jamaica Premier League if they don't get the televised game and they have a contract? Can they just pick 2 other teams to go there? And if Portmore don't want to give up their gates to go to Arnett Garden, will other teams take the same option? And how this affect the deal with like a TV rights, and how does this work out in the JPL?
Okay, man. So firstly, I'd like to inform the people that I'm speaking solely as a media practitioner who have some knowledge. I am not speaking on behalf of the clubs or anything of the sort. Now, so the idea of playing televised games is a way in which the PFJL sees that they can make revenue from, you know, and distribute amongst the clubs. However, each home club has the right to play their game anywhere, as long as it's an approved venue. The idea of playing Monday night games at Arnett Gardens, yeah, it's good because it provides the televised and stuff. But I get the feeling that the clubs who have the means to host home games at their venue would prefer to do that because financially it probably would make more sense for them. Also, as you said, it's a third round now and it's getting close. At the top, it's close in the middle, and it's close at the base. So everybody at the base.
You think
So
it's
everyone wants to.
I think it's decided.
No, Duklan is not here. Okay? It's close at the bottom.
Everyone wants to maintain any advantage they can get. And I suppose from a financial perspective, when you're hosting Mount Pleasant, who have a very large fan base, traveling and otherwise, it would make more sense for you to host them at your venue if you have the means. So if I were a club, I would take up that option as well. But I don't think there's a challenge with it. I mean, every club. I
Really?
mean, Arnett
you don't
Garden.
believe?
But man, the thing is, Arnett Garden is one of those clubs too that plays their home games at Arnett Gardens, regardless of if it's Monday night, Friday night, Saturday night, whenever. They play their home games at Anthony Spalding Sports Complex because they think it's best. It gives them the best advantage, and they also can make revenue from it, TV or otherwise.
So, but that
Also,
would be
hold on, let me finish. Also, I think the idea or the promise that sponsorship has improved and televised games will give you more sponsorship or more revenue or whatever you call it. I think maybe the clubs are thinking that it's not that beneficial right now as it is, because I mean quite a few clubs have complained that, you know, since the start of the season, the revenue that they are receiving from the PFJL revenue stream or whatever, it's at the all-time low.
Okay. All right. So, all right. You got anything you want to say before I kind of ask a couple of questions?
No, because I don't really know much about the JPL, what is going on there, man. I just started to the game. Honestly, I just started to the game about 4 weeks now. I've been watching a couple of games. I just started getting it sports box. So I don't really know much about it.
How you were commenting on the friendly match?
Yeah, no, it was. I was just not giving my view. I mean, comment. Anybody can commentate, but on it, commentate on the play. I'm not giving no stats on the players because I don't know full stats on all the players. I only give no stats on the players. I'm not like the legendary CC. Understand? So just comment on the field of play. Understand? But actually, I say,
JPL, I see your question, but yeah, they do, or they should. But for example, man, since the Premier League has started this season, my understanding is that the most any club has received in a single payment is 400,000 Jamaican dollars. That's like 2,500 US. I mean, for some months they don't get any money at all. So when a club has the opportunity to play home games and maximize their revenue, I think they will be taking up that option.
But what I am thinking is that if there is the TV deal would have a certain amount of games. I'm just assuming. Say for the season we want to do 30 games, just as an example. You know, 30 games for the season on Monday nights and on Sunday. All right. Now, if what you're left with is when Arnett Gardens, which is either 7 or 6 games, when Arnett Gardens have a home game.
No man, but they can go to other venues or the TV games. So they can go. They have been to Fred Meter Park. The only challenge with that is they don't get a night game.
Night game. Yes.
So what normally happens is even like that they now want to play a game at 1.
At 1. So what I'm saying though, but the Monday games are generally night games.
Correct.
The Monday, I've never seen like a Monday day game. So I figure that
Monday is night.
Right. So it would almost be then, unless Arnett is going to play, there will be no Monday night game, because I do understand the club. If I were Tivoli, I know that when I play at Tivoli, I don't lose. Why would I take my home game and go play it at Arnett Gardens? Why not bring Waterhouse down to Tivoli? Mount Pleasant down to Tivoli. One, I have more of my fans to cheer me on my players will be more comfortable, and I'm guaranteed to make some money from my own gate. And
Right.
if they think that, why wouldn't VAR say, no, we want our games, the Clarendon people, the few fans we have are in Clarendon. Say, let's use Humble Lion. Humble Lion will say, no, we want to play, which is what Harborview is doing. Harborview is playing their home games at Harborview. One, because of the size of the field, and they get more support from their fans over there. That is what Dumby Holden is doing. They want to bring people to their field because it's smaller and they are used to it because they need the points. So
I'm telling you, Mannings, when you travel to Dumby Holding, you ain't winning over there.
So
yeah.
this could be the death of Monday Night Football. Because
I don't suppose it will be the death of it, you know, because I mean ultimately you will have clubs that will choose to play home games in double header features. I mean, Mannings, I think last season, last season the situation where Arnott was supposed to play a double header down at Mobe, and they said they're not playing their home game in Montego Bay, and for obvious reasons, they will not have any fans traveling from Arnott to go down to Mobe to watch them, and they lose out in terms of have to one extensive travel to go down there and miss out on the home fans and the home pitch and stuff like that. So they said they're playing their home game there, which is within their right. Similar to how Portmore is saying we played our home game at Fredminster Park.
Okay.
But I'm sure you other clubs will take up the Monday night.
Well, JPL is saying that Mullines and Cavaliers who don't have a set home, their home game, I think is will play some Monday night games this round.
Yeah. I think Cavalier relishes the Monday night games. They usually do pretty well.
Okay, but I would think Mullines would want to play at a place where they can get out their fans because they're also in a relegation fight. So if they believe playing at Waterhouse bring out more Mullines people, wouldn't they play at Mullines at Waterhouse?
Yes, sir.
And Jordan Woodfine is saying even Chopperton is the same thing. You think Chopperton uses Wembley, right?
No. Chopperton uses Arnott Gardens.
Oh, well, there you go. So Chopperton, so maybe Chopperton, Cavaliers and Mullines and Arnott will probably play their home game. So they probably haven't scheduled those teams to play on Mondays.
Yeah, I think even Waterhouse has played Monday home games at Arnott as well, you know, so.
Their home game at Arnott?
Yeah, man, they have played double header there.
I don't think Waterhouse. Like, I feel like this round because Waterhouse now look like them could miss out, you know, if they're not careful. And this is what I'm saying. When the pressure is on, every team has a right to think about what do we need, what kind of edge can we get to either stay in the league or to get in the top 6. And that is where the problem is going to be.
Agreed.
Tigat, what you say about that? I think it's good, but it's good when I think it's good. You guys make excellent points. You understand? You guys make the excellent point. I know that team would be at home so they can have the home advantage and stuff like that. But if they don't have the facility to play the home match, they have to go elsewhere. You understand? To play their home game. Yeah. But you guys make excellent points.
Yeah. But the last game that I think the last time I saw Jerome Wade did an interview, I think it was with Knockins. It may have been the Harborview game. He spoke about the officiating and that there needs to be VAR. Then we saw a Portmore United versus Arnott Gardens game where a goal was called. I don't think it was close. That was offside. I called offside, but in the boardroom, Portmore got the 3 points because Arnott apparently used a play in the game that they should not have used. All right. Somebody say, I know it's Knockins. I believe it is Knockins, yes. Yes, CC, you can call in. All right. Then there's a game, the Monday night game where Mount Pleasant, Joshua Anglin got a second yellow and a red card. So people are talking about the officiating. I personally believe that it's harder to make a decision when the game is, going on than when you have to look at replay. So firstly, the referees must be credited, because it's not like we can say, whoa, 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 whoa. There are indeed some bad calls, but I think a lot of times the referees get some. I've seen some ball that people said went over the goal line, and when you look at the replay, it's true. I saw a game last weekend where the commentators were saying that it was a penalty and it was outside of the box. All right. Should there be in the league, even for next year, because we can't afford VAR, I believe, but should there be someone who is at least looking at some video that maybe we can find some way to implement it, like where there's a questionable decision, we say, let's look at the video, and someone is assigned to do video where it can show the replay. Could that be something we do even if we can't full-fledged get in the whole VAR thing? Because teams can get relegated.
All right, we can.
Yeah, man is man. Make T-Got talk. CC want call him T-Got. Man say if he hang up for him, can call him.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, let me talk. All right. What is happening now? All right, with the VAR, right? With the VAR now, there is a vote that's happening in Norway trying to scrap VAR. VAR is not all that perfect, And if you watch games on a weekday and they say VAR make some calls, when they're really necessary. VAR is not all that perfect.
VAR make calls or the referee make calls?
No. The referee make calls and they go to VAR and it's still not, it still not make no sense. Because as I said before, there's an article out that Norway is trying to scrap VAR. And everybody is looking to see what that is going to be. So, people are going to make mistakes.
VAR don't make the referee, as far as my
the referee make calls, and when they go to VAR they don't make it better.
Tigat, here's what I understand that VAR role is, where there's a clear error from the decision that the referee made, VAR can correct it or ask the referee to look at it again. So it is not VAR that really makes a decision, from my understanding, Tigat.
No, but VAR tell the referee to go and look at it. But VAR, sometimes VAR don't really make no sense. My point, sometimes VAR don't really make no sense.
All right, let's see if CC can make some sense of VAR when he calls him. Big up yourself, Tigat.
Thank you, good night.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man is man. Check the private chat here.
Tigat is a great thing.
Here, manins.
Yeah, we check the private.
CC, hold on. Yeah, but so CC, so manins, I think the whole idea of the video replay thing you're suggesting.
Yeah.
The only way that could work is it have to, similar to VAR, it has to be present for all games.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it has to be present for all games. I don't think, well, it is well known that we don't have the infrastructure to facilitate VAR at all Premier League games. So, I mean, sometimes referees have made some calls which, in reality, even for some of us who criticize them, it is when we see it sometimes it more than once that we can make a clear estimation to say, hey, this is an error or whatever. Because sometimes I think in real time when something happens, it's not as easy to get it right. I mean, but I think they would have made some calls that are questionable, but I would be too hard on the referees.
All right. CC.
Yes, man, it's man. I feel like the whole entire station out here. Wait a minute.
What? Police stop you?
No, man. Police not stop me, man. But police not stop me, man. Police not stop me. I'm just saying now, I pass I was just passing by about 50 police. But that's just this area for you. They're always here. So, man, in terms of the voting, I don't think Tiga
Hey, so
understood.
sometimes without some Peter, brother. Sometimes I don't if Bob, tell me what that have no relevance to anything where we at. Anyways, continue. I'm not telling you about it. Go ahead.
No, all right. So with the VAR situation, because I heard it before and I wanted to chime in because I was saying in the championship, I don't recall VAR being in the championship in England in terms of the second division, and I think it is up to a certain round in the FA Cup before VAR is instituted. So my thing about it is that if those leagues who are what I call it much more financially capable than the league that we are operating right now, I think VAR is like a secondary option. People are just like, for me, there's not so many blatant mistakes for us to be considering going for a VAR. What do you have other stuff to work on management. And VAR, by the way, I think he got VAR is video assistant.
CC, yeah, I realize even you have fight the noise in the background. Loud. So I don't know how you're going
to do. Which noise that?
Huh? Go ahead. Maybe it was bomb. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. No, I was saying in terms of VAR, right? We know VAR, the video assistant referee.
Are you saying to me that in the JPL there is not many blatant mistakes?
No, I'm saying there's not. I'm saying there's a lot. There's blatant mistakes in the JPL, but I don't think it is at a threshold yet where we can say, oh, we need to go and spend money to put in this infrastructure when there are other stuff that I think are more important at this point in time. Case in point, I'm saying to you that the FA Cup that we watch with the different other teams playing in the FA Cup, they don't have VAR up to a certain round because a lot of the teams that are there coming from the championship too, they don't have VAR. The VAR is not in the championship in the management. And I don't see where there's many probably more mistakes because I don't watch a lot of championship teams. I might watch a few who some Jamaican players are playing in, but there's not this big argument about the mistakes going. They're looking to even get VAR there, and I'm thinking in the championship in England, they would have more money to institute VAR than us in the Jamaica Premier League out here.
See, wind up the car window them. You know, AC man, wind up the car window them, no man.
Man, I know my background, that man. Oh gosh, man.
But you're the only person on, cause Bam muted.
Hey, so then I don't know. I was a Pino Wally, man. Somebody a Pino Wally me here, you know.
And take the AC off auto, man. And keep it at like.
We turn off the AC.
Yes.
All right. We turn off the AC. Maybe the AC.
Yeah, man. You see now. Look at that. Go ahead, now, man. We are hearing you loud and clear.
All right, so my thing about it is that I think there's quite a few mistakes, and I think with VAR, in terms of VAR would have removed some of the blatant mistakes in the Premier League. But my thing about it is in terms of the affordability and the other things that we have to be focusing on in terms of the fields and in terms of infrastructure and all of the other things that we want to develop and fix before getting VAR into the league. Because I think it's almost like your bathroom needs to be fixed, but you have to paint the place same way before you fix the bathroom. If you get what I say.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying, so, but I don't. What I don't agree with is that there are not blatant mistakes. Like every week,
I'm not saying there is nothing.
No, let me finish. I am saying that every week that I watch, I see questionable calls. And I like what this person says. One person said that, can there be a central location like what I think JPL fan, big up yourself. He says, what MLS does is that they have the central location where you have people looking at the games. And so if there is like a red card, like major stuff like that, red cards, and probably like offside, somebody can look and say, you know what, that was not an offside, it was a goal. You know, or you know, that was not a red card and stuff. Could that be done? Because the only issue you're gonna have is that you're gonna need multiple cameras. So it's not really it may be very difficult because now you're going to have different camera angles. But I would say like certain tackles you can't, because remember I'm saying there are times when even the people on broadcast, when was it? I can't remember the game, but they were saying it was a penalty. But the referee, I think it was against McGee in Phoenix game, and the referee, they were saying it was a penalty. The referee said no, not a penalty, a free kick. And when it was looked at, the commentators agree that the foul was outside of the box and it was not a penalty. Right? So yeah.
But man is man. The first thing first, right? When the coach them talk about them one VAR, right? Me hear all the problems, you know.
It's only one coach said that still. Don't say the coaches. Because
one coach,
one coach said that.
You need the coach will say the one VAR.
Yeah.
The first thing we have to look upon this is this. All the games that are being played on a given day televised. Like all of the games.
No, TP. I'm sure you know the answer to that already. No.
All right, so if they're not televised, that means in terms of even broadcasting, in terms of the league itself, broadcast.
Then televised and broadcast are the same thing, you know, CC.
No, I know, man. I know televised and broadcasting is not necessarily the same. Because broadcasting can be other things too. But what I say is, in terms of not having every game televised, the fact that we don't even have the infrastructure to have all of the games televised, then it just shows you that we are seeing something in some of the top leagues in the world and want it to be a part of our league. Yes, which is fine. But our league has not reached that level where we can bring it in at this point in time.
But you can video record the game without broadcasting it, because some of the clubs actually.
Yes, but you can't something the game do management. What I don't want is that you're really litigating the result.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Say Mount Pleasant had like 4 cameras that they used to video their games. Right? Yeah. There's a red card. So there would be all of those videos would be sent to a central location. Say Portmore had that. Those games are not being televised, you know, but they're still videoing them. If they had the capacity, hypothetically speaking, they go to a central location and we say, listen, let's just look at red cards and penalties. We can't litigate offside, right? We don't have the technology to do that. Let's just try to see if we can make sure that red cards are legit and penalties. When we call a penalty.
But then, let me ask you this question, right? In terms of penalties, this is after the game is finished.
No. So when a referee says penalty, somebody in the central location would be watching it and would look at it and say, yes, it's a penalty, or no, it's not a penalty.
In that part,
because they can watch the replay. So the ref, he can say, you know, Mr. Ref, that was outside of the penalty area.
But guess what, man? I wouldn't want it to be like that. What I would want, if you're going to institute something like that, what I would want to see is that you say, hey, ref, can you take a second look at this? Like
even that. Go and take a second look.
Yes. So to me, I don't want the referee to not have the decision, because what you're saying just now would appear as if the referee doesn't have is not the one making the decision.
No, but even with VAR in England is the referee. What the final decision is really made by the no.
Yeah, but because what the VAR would say is that VAR would ask you to come over to the monitor and give it a second look, or the VAR would say, you know, like the communication would be, please give this a second look, and the referee can go over and give it a look and decide to not reverse his call. But I'm saying just a while ago you would say, oh, that is not a red card. I don't want you to use words like that is not a red card. You understand what I'm saying? Like to tell the referee, say, it is not a red card in your opinion. I'm saying you shouldn't give your opinion. More like you said, could you take a second look
Okay,
at
so
this?
you're saying that
Because
how I worded my thing is not the best way to word it.
no, because in terms
but,
of that,
Tigat, if you give a man, if you let me give it. What I want to say a while ago, Tigat. sorry, boss. CC. If you said, for example, because what the referee said is that Joshan Anglin, and this is just one example because other red cards are there that I could talk about. But Joshan Anglin, for example, he said that he elbowed the player in his face, right? But his hand went up to control the ball and he never touched the player, right? Any at all. I am saying that why couldn't I, looking at a replay, saying, you know what, I looked at that, he did not touch the player any at all. I could say that to the referee, but that is not stopping the referee from coming and looking at it for himself. So he will still come and he could still walk away saying, okay, I still am going to give him the card based on what I saw. But from what me in that logistic era saw, he didn't touch him. That is why I want the referee to look at it. I don't think that would be wrong. Somebody said that it shouldn't be. This should be. We need to have Owen Hill opinion on this and that. Yeah.
So to be honest, though, man, I understand what you're saying, and I think it could work in that aspect. However, there's a next problem that is going to be created because fans are going to say we are not getting to see the real time thing. Like we're not like the fans who are thinking about watching the game. It's like almost as if they're not privy to the actual decision being made or why was this decision made. Because they would have seen it in real time. And a man in real time, I said, no, that wasn't a card. But there's no screen to show him that, it wasn't really a foul and the referee made a mistake. So for me, it's like, as it stands right now, it needs infrastructure because number one, look at National Stadium. The TV now, so imagine the other fields that we are playing these games at. We don't even have a TV we can replay.
But TV, we're not giving now really play a stadium. So that's irrelevant, because we're not giving now play a stadium. But hold on, let me.
No, man. Just
Shepard, yeah. Hold on a sec, Tiga. But what you have to say? What you think like it? You see any light at the end of the tunnel on this matter? Tiga, just mute a little because I hear from Bob. Shepard, I sent you the thing, Hey, Nakins. You know, say all this time I never know say Nakins' name Woodfine. It's Woodfine, I'm surname. I never know, I swear. Big up yourself here, Nakins. Nakins, the management, I know, say Nakins say it. Big up yourself. Interview boss. Bob.
Yeah, the whole VAR thing. I don't think it's going to materialize. So less said about that, the better. Not for any, not any time now. I mean, it's a good idea and it's something that we would want to see, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah. All right. Asking for a pill of ailment and then turn around and complain about El Granero says it looked like we're asking for a pill of ailment and then turn around and complain about the side effects. CC, I know you didn't chime in on this, but we're talking about the infrastructure problem in Jamaica. I'll let you give your thoughts on that and then we'll take the next call. What do we need to do with the present sporting infrastructure or getting new sporting infrastructure or the ownership structure of sporting infrastructure? What is your take?
All right, so my take in terms of this present infrastructure is to modernize the present infrastructures. The ones that we have, the National Stadium, Katrina, the Trelawney Stadium, right? Is to modernize them and in terms of ensuring that they are up to international standard to can host multiple international events, different international events, youth World Cups, youth qualifiers, all of these things. To me, because at this point in time, like the football calendar, even the sporting calendar has gotten so vast, where every year is going to be a U17 World Cup. Although we're not going to have it, it's going to be 5 years in Qatar, but every year after that is going to be a Youth World Cup. Cricket World Cup is coming, T20. You have T20, you have the ODI World Cup, all of these things. But for me, in terms of the modernizing of the current facilities, I don't think we need any new facilities management. We just need to modernize the current facilities that we have and ensure that it is properly maintained. In terms of the ownership structure, for me, what they could do is, if you want to lease it, if you say, for example, if you're doing a private ownership lease and not necessarily a government agency running the facility, then I mean you could go that route. I don't know if you want to take it to a government agency, but I think you could go to a private entity leasing. Like, say for example, Jacksal. You develop Jacksal to a level, and then Mount Pleasant lease it for the next 99 years or so, or 50 years, whatever period you have the lease for, and then they know they're playing football there, and then they themselves now can rent it out to have different, all of that can be done. I think I think 2 stadiums must be retained under the government agency stewardship in terms of the national stadium, and I think like Trilangi should be retained under the current ownership structure, and then they change out the people who are running it. But for me, it's just modernizing the stadiums, getting them up to international level, and the ability to host multiple events, because at the end of the day, like Jamaica by itself is a full management. And Jamaica, I can say, is the mecca of sports in the Caribbean. Every single sports there is, we have, in terms of, there's a multitude of sports that we have produced athletes for. Boxing, cycling, the NFL, even though we don't play it out here. Like, we have so many athletes that have matriculated into different sports worldwide for us to not have proper facilities in the country at this point in time. I don't think we need to be, when the sporting calendar comes out, is when we are trying to rush to do patchworks. We should be routinely doing maintenance work right around the clock. And I mean, the amount of events that people would want to host at these venues, we would have gotten the revenue to do the necessary maintenance. So as I said, to me, the ownership structure for some of them, just keep 2 within the government structure, and then strike a private-public partnership for the remaining government-owned facilities.
All right, CC, with the noise in the background still bothering us, so I'm going to take you a next call. All right, so big up yourself.
I don't know, I'm turning on back this someday. Yeah, man, big up.
Right. All right, we have Siobhan who was joined. Siobhan, welcome to the show. You heard what CC says, and we have how this. Burp.
Wicked man.
No man, no wickedness this year. No, one of the wicked man them are dead no boss. We have to start call you the blessed man. Burp. Yeah, that's that because too much things are going on in the place now. What you doing? We have Siobhan and Bob. Yeah man, we have Siobhan and Bob also on the panel.
Yeah man. Man. All right, so my thing where this infrastructure thing is concerning, bro, is that if even as a CC I say government can own maybe 2 of them or whatever, even if you have to lease it, yeah, there are things in the lease where if it was privately owned by these clubs, them not be able to monetize and from it. All right, case in point. Look at Jacksal. Initially when Mount Pleasant moved there, they're gonna put covering over the stands, and that still not happened because whatever the case with the operators, I say them not able to do that. Now, if it was a case where they owned Jacksal outright, them can do anything them want. Them can basically even monetize off of the naming rights, so you have digital stadium at Jacksal, and they would collect money off of that. So you would definitely need to have these clubs or whatever owning these facilities. That's where I'm standing on it.
So clubs should
Um,
own the infrastructure, not government.
No, because if there's a case where you know Jamaica politics go already. If tomorrow morning say Orange Man them in a power them get bring and say what you know you got to go because we have put our people we align with me, yeah. So even if you're not say no color or you say the next color, you got to go and move it out. You can't put on no resistance in any embarrass. You just got to go. When you have your own thing, a man can't tell you no man if you come with him dirty money and buy you out.
Okay. Good point. Let me hear from Siobhan and Bob. Siobhan, Bob, what do you say about that? Big up the man. Enjoy the chat as usual. Asking that if the is asking it is yeah man, it is under the parish council management. Where do the other people who use it go? Good question. Do you think Mount Pleasant will rent it out at a reasonable price? Right. So if private people take up these things, will other sporting groups be able will the prep and primary school be able to use here for their champs and football in St. Anne and the high schools? You understand me? Yeah, Shavan, Bam. Bro made a very good point that our political, the tribalism in our political, you could take up this now and then like at different parties in power, and like he says, they say to you, you got to go. Like, and that mean you got to go. What are your thoughts on those comments?
I mean, I think what Burp had mentioned is correct. Because when you look at well, I know we shouldn't really use examples of other countries, but if you look for even like the national team, I know we said that the national team uses a national stadium, but in other parts of the world, the national teams they play at club venues. The US they play their games in different club venues overseas. In Spain, they play in club venue. 'Cause I think Spain they utilize the field in either Valencia or Atletico Madrid. So I think that is a viable option for the clubs to start owning their facilities. Right now, it's not a feasible option right now because of financial reasons. But I think the lack of forward thinking is actually limiting us because, for example, a club like a Harborview, from Harborview built their stadium. Has there been any form of improvement to their facilities since? As most clubs in Jamaica, from they built their facilities, has there been much improvement to that particular infrastructure? So,
Hasn't Arnett Garden improved? I don't know. And Waterhouse?
not to my knowledge, but one moment, give me a minute, because I'm getting a phone call.
Okay. Bam. Has Arnett Garden improved in terms of infrastructure since they have built it and Waterhouse? Because I know like the lights thing even at Arnett wasn't originally there, or there were different lights that they added. I know they have added AC and a gym at one point. You
Yeah,
are
they have
more
a gym. Yeah, they have a gym. Well, I think they had a gym for a while back in the but I don't know when they built the gym, but I know that they have a room that's beneath the stands. It looks like it's a bar area that was there, But the bar is no longer operating, so we use that room for the media, like the post-match press conferences and stuff. Yeah, it has an AC in there. It's not always on, but yeah.
I mean, man, to be as I said, Arnett. The reason I never mentioned Arnett's name because anybody around me can say that I've said that I believe Arnett is one of the better run clubs in Jamaica because you can see where they've actually tried to build up their infrastructure. So it's not just the team; their facilities is arguably one of the best in the island. And you have to give them credit. A lot of other teams, I think they should take a page out of Arnett Garden's book.
yeah. But the man, the
Portmore,
man, the man is making a very important point. Can a club in Jamaica build a stadium in Jamaica adequate for the national team to play international games?
all right. So
So
not for right now to
Not
say
for
no.
not for senior, not for the
Not
senior, not for the senior,
Not for the
but
what?
not for the senior,
Not
not
for
for
the
the senior, then.
oh, not for the
Not for the senior.
oh, not for the senior
Because
team. Okay.
No,
But what
because
could have happened is, man. Give me a minute, bro. Not what could have happened though is, as I mentioned, for example, Harborview. You may always mention them because they're a big disappointment in this field. Looking at their facilities over the years, there's nothing. Man, as you had mentioned earlier, where we could have had youth tournaments in Jamaica, we could have had youth tournaments being held at those facilities if they had actually.
Where? How about you?
No, man, if they had kept their facilities up to par.
Boss, even if half of you was up to par, none of the players would be able to run off the field, boss. There was no space. You can you have to break. So listen, if you kick out a ball, if you run off a ball and the ball shift, you go sideline. You have to hold breaks and half of you. What I talk about? What kind of international game half of you, boss?
Money.
No joking.
I can see with what Siobhan saying that. You know why I can't see with it? Because Harborview in the past have hosted DC United in the CONCACAF Champions League or whatever they call it. Let's call it that and whatever. But they have hosted it, and Fox came here and broadcast from it twice in 2005 and in 2008. So even though it was a different time, no, but even though it was maybe a different time or whatever, but it we can see the point. And really and truly, when Siobhan say, yo, have these clubs spend on their infrastructure, yeah, they maybe change the light, put like a paint on the place, but have they really invested? No, because most of them look the same way. Case in point, they're saying that they want to host home games. Some of them, for what me know, from back in the day since Monday Night Football started, there are only a selected few venues that hosted Monday night games. My side, Tivoli, Arnett, Portmore, Harborview, Stadium East, Catherine Hall,
Waterhouse. And also Mount Pleasant.
No, on the day in the league 2030 when Monday Night Football play stopping them on one to them.
But I'm saying that Mount Pleasant have hosted night game since they have been in the league, you know. I don't think they should have, but they did.
But Mannings, I think
fine.
But my initial point is that if you're gonna say you're all added on the league, you have to spend money, so you have to fix the surface. Because the people say them understand that fix the surface, fix your lights, and you have to get the night games. Simple.
Exactly.
You have to spend money to make money in that.
Exactly. And Mannings, man, in my
do you know that? Hold on there. Because you see, JPL fan make a good point. The standards have changed, you know, because even now, while we're saying that Arnett Garden is the best, Arnett Garden don't even pass the standard because Cavaliers could not play there.
I know, but that's a point. But that's a point, Mannings. Look,
that's the point. You have to spend
how many stadiums are
money.
Jamaica has been playing football for how long now, right? And we only have 2.5 fields in Jamaica passed by CONCACAF to host an international game.
Is it the fields though, or it is
the facilities in general?
The facility. But here's what I'm saying, because I agree with you guys, you know. I agree with you guys, and I'm not trying to fight that. But here's what I'm saying. And for the people in football, they're even struggling, some of them. Hear what Bam said? The most money a JPL team has gotten for TV rights, correct me if I'm wrong, is 400,000. That's 2,500 US. 2,500
US. Money is not for TV rights only. So, let me explain something to the people then, where most people don't know. So, all right, most of the Premier League clubs have like a sponsor that's on their jersey. And these sponsors, they pay money to get that privilege or whatever you call it. So what happens is, when the money is collected along with the revenue from TV rights or whichever other revenue stream, the money, so all right, so like for example, Sagicor is on the shirt of VAR, and Sagicor pledged 8 million to the Premier League. That 8 million doesn't go to VAR individually, you know. whenever they collect money from sponsors and revenue and stuff, they put the money in a pool. And then they share it up with all the clubs equal at the end of the month. If there's money there to be shared, they call it revenue sharing. So from the start of this season, most money that any club has gotten from the revenue sharing initiative is 400,000. That's the most they would have got.
Boss, that is probably a 2-person salary or probably a coach salary in the league.
Correct.
I don't know if it is realistic to even like
all right, money.
Go ahead. Let me hear.
It's fair to say that most of these clubs can't afford it. I will understand the economic situation where Jamaica football in that. So we can't understand. But for the clubs them like a Portmore or Moby or these clubs that had investors and changing ownerships, from you come in and you take over a club, you're supposed to have say a plan. You say, okay, going forward with this new ownership, we are going to build, we are going to add on some stands, we are going to improve the facilities, we are going to do this, we are going to do that, we are going to put better emphasis on youth. You understand? So clubs like that where private investors come in with them big whack of cash can look for to do that. But if that I don't see them do, honestly, them basically just I run a club, bro.
But
yes, I run a site.
I hear what you're saying, but when you listen to what Bam's saying, like, all right, the club down here, they have a sponsor on their jersey, and they have not received anything at all. The club in St. Anne, right? And they are saying that they don't know what is the purpose of having this thing on the front of their jersey.
I think.
So I don't know I don't know if the money is being given to the PFJ. I don't know. I can't speak to that. But I've heard complaints from the hierarchy there about not receiving anything for advertising a particular brand on their jersey.
Well, then again, still that just boils down to Jamaican corporate. That I just tend that. Would you know how Jamaican corporate go to work, Mannings? So where we're probably PFJL or whatever the money need for do, okay, yeah, I gotta have Jamaican corporate to come on board, yes. But you need to start look outside where these people understand business or understand sponsorship, where we're gonna spend the real money.
Yeah. But see,
So, okay,
Pesa is saying that there are teams as well. Pesa is saying that Humble Lion and Chapperton Maroons have no sponsor on their front of their jersey. I didn't even notice that.
Because Jamaican corporate
so where do they get money? How do they get money as well, Bam? If you don't have a sponsor on the front of your jersey, do you still benefit from the revenue sharing?
Yeah, man, because the other teams that have sponsor, their money, all the money goes into the pool. The money is collected by the PFJL, goes into the pool. So the money that goes into that pool is from, so I think Real Neville is a league sponsor. And then you have another league sponsor. I think Prove Investment is probably a league sponsor, I stand corrected. Because Prove is on all of the clubs and gears. What their amount is, I'm not sure. But and then you have the other clubs to have sponsors. So yeah, the money goes into a pool and they share it up each month.
So Reno get promoted and I own Reno. Reno get promoted and I say, listen, this company was with me in tier 2, right? They have promised me.
You can put them on your jersey.
They have promised me 2 million.
And the money can come directly to you.
Right. They have promised me $2 million.
Each club have the right, to sell them jersey. Them can put anybody them want to put on them jersey. Them can do that.
Okay.
So basically, it's a case where yes, you get the league sponsor, but you need to go look your own too for balance out yourself. We are running a business now. So basically, that is what's happening.
Yes, because the sponsorship from the league by itself, Maybe them things that can sustain it. I don't think it can. But woman, I'm just a man.
We have
But you
seen,
know,
we have seen, we have seen he was joined us back, but yeah man, our club not allowed to put individual negotiated sponsors on their jersey. He just answered that and said
Yeah.
yes. Has it? Yeah, and then Dan Gargan says, has the PFJL been audited? I can't answer that.
Well, what I know is the PFJL should have had an AGM. First, it was set for the 18th, then it was set for the 28th. I was told it will happen sometime in March. But usually at AGMs, they provide audited financial statements. And they have had AGMs before, so yes.
I think it should be public. The audited statement should be published publicly. I don't know.
I don't. Well, yeah, it probably could be, but I mean, I've never asked for it before because I've never had a need to, but I don't suppose if you ask for it, I don't know. I'll try and ask for this one and see if I'll get it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get the TC. What say
Yeah.
you? You're a master accountant.
But the PFJL is a body, or as a people, the PFJL is a body made up of all 14 Premier League clubs, you know. Each club has a director that sits on the board. So even though you see Chris Williams and Owen Hill there, I think Chris is the CEO, the chairman, sir, Owen is the CEO, they report to the board. So all of the clubs decide from a mandate perspective what the PFJL does, but I guess it's the operation of it is done by those persons.
Yeah, you know what I wanted to ask you. Sorry, CC, and then let it come in. So if I negotiate with, like Peso just said, there's a security company that sponsors Reno. They're on the front of your jersey. They can come into it. Would they still benefit then if they have that on their jersey as their jersey? Would they still get money out of the pool?
Yes.
Okay. This revenue sharing thing sounds very confusing to me because if I'm not putting my revenue in the pot, how am I getting back return?
No, but money's man. All right. Remember, you know. All right. Let me find something more familiar with. So like
I am saying, hold on. I am saying if Mount Pleasant sponsors put their money in the big pot, Reno sponsors keep their sponsors' money.
No, you mean Mount Pleasant come to the league and say they want to sponsor the league? Like a sponsor hold on, no, man. It's like a sponsor comes and say I want to sponsor the league, but I want to be aligned with Mount Pleasant.
Right.
And they put their money in the pot.
They put their money in the pot.
At the end of each month,
yeah,
all the monies that go in the pot, when them take out them expense everything, they share a portion of it with each club. If Reno now, if Reno, the security company come and say me a sponsor Reno, them go and give them money directly to Reno, them not put it because they will be coming to the league. So for example, suppose I have a Monday night game with the Arnett. And you know you have like the feather banners and stuff. I don't suppose Reno couldn't put up the feather banner fee. Like I don't think they could like put up the feather banner for them next sponsor up at Arnett Gardens. But them can put it up down Reno. Because the Reno for them home venue or if I feed them home match, they can put up anything they want.
Bear in mind, you know, money.
So like money. So like when I go to Waterhouse games or even Arnett Garden games, the match announcer or the announcing person will talk about the sponsors. Even Portmore United games, so they talk about the sponsors. So them give credit to the league sponsors, club and associate sponsors, and then after that they say special mention to I would say, for example, Portmore United sponsor and the name of that sponsor and stuff like that. So
all right.
Yeah, and if Portmore's having a home game, them can put up the banner for that sponsor or whatever it is that them do.
Okay, let me ask CC, what say you have to say, and then I come back.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the stadium thing. I think sometime Because when you step out of our jurisdiction and go into other jurisdiction, you have to understand so the ownership structure is kind of different. Sometimes you have private people own, sometimes you have the state own. For example, Inter Miami Stadium is owned by the city of Fort Lauderdale. I don't know if a lot of persons know that. So it's not like the MLS itself owns it, or and I think MLS, as you know, is a single entity system where the league itself owns all the teams, and then you have the ownership now is people invest. For example, them say management, we want to put we want to put a franchise in Las Vegas, and you put the money up, say you would buy into operating it. I think say that be like an operator but not necessarily a owner, the league itself. But some of the fields are owned by the states, which is the government, and some of the fields are owned privately. As to what I was alluding to earlier, that you can still have some fields being owned or infrastructure being owned privately, but some infrastructure have to be retained. And or I think you should retain some infrastructures under the government. Um, in terms of how it is run, they're different. In terms of the revenue sharing model management, I think it's just because of how we are trying to do our league. I think we should have like
No, but
I'm put
CC, just give me an example of anywhere in Jamaica in terms of a football, a sports venue that
Mhm.
is privately owned that can accommodate up to 10,000 people.
How much is the field when in Petro Caribbean field? How much people have in they can hold?
Where is Petra Caribe Field?
The one that I know Westmoreland it there. The sugar company.
I first hear about that. I don't know that one there.
The
Where is
sugar
that?
the field where the sugar company own man is my way name man.
Me no know, me ask you.
Um that feeling, I think I Westmoreland the Travis would I know. I don't remember what it name.
Petra
Only
Caribe
if I food my dog.
cannot be
From
from.
Forget that.
No, boss, it
of
could never be from.
from is not from is privately owned.
From was originally owned by it's leased out to Chinese by the sugar, what they call it, Sugar Authority of Jamaica, SAJ, one of them places there.
No, I'm saying to you, unless them something they know, but it was privately owned, so unless them sell it back to the government.
From boss, the From estate that included the From High School was originally owned by the SAJ, the Sugar Authority of Jamaica, one of them places there.
All right, so me, all right, well, man is man. So,
And there's no field down there, and there was no the stand. It cannot be from you're talking, boss.
all right, so you
Petra
say,
Caribbean, it was never called Petra Caribbean. That has never been able to. The one who could blow a white stand with them have could have only hold must say 200 people.
but remember I said man is man. You could have. There's a
No,
private.
see,
Yeah.
what I'm asking is that is there any privately owned sporting facility anywhere in Jamaica that can accommodate between 5 to 10,000 people? That's what I'm asking.
Because none of them are privately owned.
Not that I'm aware of. Aberview is who
That,
own
that
Aberview.
And our view is not even 10,000. It's a little bit over 5.
No, man is man say between
Maybe
5 and 10,000.
between 5. So Harborview is owned by who though? Isn't the Harborview belong to the community?
yes,
I am
because
sure Harborview belong to the community, you know.
I think it's our visa is one of those actually company.
All right, well, that's why I say man is man. All right,
I
put
think
it to
they
you.
own their facility.
All right, let me put it like this, man is man. I think you can divest some of the publicly owned stadiums to private ownership and retain some. So if you have 10, that is in the if I 15 stadiums, whether it be mini stadium to big stadium in the portfolio, you can divest most of it and then keep like 2. That's what I was saying,
It's not even necessarily about keeping 2 in CC. If as long as someone comes and shows, say, yo, I have a team, I'm want to purchase the facility because I want to put a team there or whatever. If the offer is good enough, you can sell. Just like if somebody come and say,
No,
"Mom,
man,
buy
but
a
I'm
house."
saying to you
If
that
it's
we
up to you,
cannot
you
sell.
want to sell.
Watch out. I don't think, first of all, I don't think the national stadium
Maybe
should
not
be.
the national stadium.
The
Not
national
not
stadium shouldn't be
national.
owned privately. It should not be owned
No,
should not be
no.
private owned. I just
No,
said that.
okay. Me see what you said.
Should not be
I see what
private
you said.
owned. And I think Chilani should not be private owned either. But they can private own
No.
the rest of them.
Okay, like for the big stadium them will have,
Yes.
fine. Yeah, if it's me see what you're saying, but yeah, if I that way they are pre, yeah, I agree with it. I agree with it as
Yeah,
well.
because yeah, but me I say with that the aspect of
Because
it because
why does the parish council need for have say a hyperbolic figure right now? Say eight eight um football facility. Why?
no, because
The parish
remember
council
say
on the side.
no, remember say the local government. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So me I say remember say the local is just like one time you see. So like just a while ago when I was saying the city of Fort Lauderdale owns the Inter Miami Stadium. It's a similar thing. It's local government. So the local metropolitan government, which is our thing, our parish council, they are the ones who are in charge of like the welfare of the communities locally, and therefore you need to have they need to have certain facilities that are public, for the public good. So in terms of primary schools, prep schools, all of these things, they need a venue where them can go do the like if they play football, play cricket, all of
Yeah,
these things.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yes, so
yeah.
because
That
of
is
that no, you would need yes, so because of
watch
that
this.
no, you would need to
Watch
have.
this, bro. Watch this, bro.
Mhm.
Watch this, bro. In my community, right? We have a big football field to the point where at one point when Poma did a move come over here, they were contemplating using our field, big like really big. See, and of recent time, we honestly thought it was community land. And my scheme they both from about 1983, as I'm been told over the years. See, and what happened is that we can come and say, hey, here we go, and we're gonna need the whole of that land here because field one, so we're gonna need the field too. And then from 2023 till now, they're building houses there. I'm building a gated community inside of my community. So these little things where clubs you have to spend money, bro, because at any given day you can be homeless. I depend on a nomadic journey right through. You have to spend money, even if what clubs in other jurisdictions do. Them ban with them supporter base and say, yo, what you know? We're gonna chump up some money and we're gonna buy that facility here. So it's gonna be ours. Even if you're gonna sell a stake or a share in the club to back to the fans. And even if government come and say, yo, or if a school and say, yo, we're gonna need it for manning cup, they have to pay you. Maybe at a reduced cost than or you'd rent it out to someone else, but they will still have to pay you. Opposed to than your parish going to say, what you know, this school of assault link me already, so they make a use of what you say, And you can't give them the talk on it because I really feed them place. You just use it because
No, but watch out. But look
use it
into this
still.
now. Remember, say in a lease, depends how the lease is structured, It can be structured in a way where it's you really operating. Now, I'll give you an example. Because I did this already where one petroleum company where me they do some work for, right? They have a system where you call they own the gas stations, but they don't operate it. So you say you want own a gas you want operate a gas station. So they own the gas station and you put forward a funds and show like your financial viability of operating it, and then you get the franchise to operate and you pay like you pay a rent or a franchise fee per month or per year. Well, is it to operate it? So it's what they call it is like what them say code. So they own it and you operate it. You get what I say? Dealer operated. So it's a company owned, dealer operated. That's Kodo. And the ones that the company operate is called Coco. Company owned, company operated. So, like for example, let's juxtapose against the National Stadium and the little facilities. We could have a Coco system, Codo Coco system. So it could be our the company owned, which is government owned, government operated. And then we could have some are government owned and private operated. You understand what I say?
That's that, but privately operated is that code.
Not code. No, man. I mean, all right, so Mr. say,
Copo.
cope. But I mean, as I said, though, management, I was just liking it to it. So I was saying you give them full operation, full operating scheme
Powers.
over it. So you basically operate it and run it or you are run it. But you pay one fee in terms of lease. So you are gonna operate it, you know. But you just have to pay one fee for the, so you would not build the infrastructure or anything. So I
Here's
just
what we're
you
gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, CC, and but, bro, tomorrow we're gonna discuss like what would make a man or a person take their monies and want to own and operate a sporting facility in Jamaica. How does one benefit? I want you to think about it, and tomorrow we can come back with the discussion because I have to close the show. So I want us to really think about that because ideally that makes sense. But if I were to take up, say, Trelawney multipurpose stadium and set it up and operate it, what do I have to guarantee me that this is going to turn over into turnover profits for me? Where does all of that come from?
I already have my answer already.
Yeah, but as I said, management is the
Right?
final thing. Yeah, I'm gonna say I think what I would want, ideally,
You have
as
a
me say,
minute.
yeah, as I said, government owned, privately operated. Where government owns it, so the government don't build the facility and everything, and then the government charges a fee per month or per year. And so you pay me like say pay me $2 million. But then you operate the facility through the year and you
I
operate
hear no man, but I've passed that. I said that's a good idea.
oh yeah.
But
So
why would the private man do that though? How is he going to benefit? That is what we need to answer.
all right. So
When it
so
comes to
tomorrow
the
we
sporting
inside then.
event. Yeah.
Tomorrow we inside.
Bro, take
Alright,
a minute.
tomorrow.
Yeah, man. All right. So people, listen, good show, you know. It's a good discussion to have. We didn't really touch on any EPL news, so my apologies, but sometimes that is just the way it is. You understand? We did the JPL stuff and we talk kind of overlap into the infrastructure thing. All right. So, but I want to thank Bam, bro, big up yourself. You understand me? You've changed the first part of the name, right? So that's bro. I thought I wasn't hearing him, so I kind of hung up the phone. Big up to Bam as well, to Siobhan, to all the persons in the comment section. I want to say a big thank you again for being a part of the show. A late one, Super Friday, in the evening. You understand me? So big up on yourself. You understand me? We have some, the core of the show is that I think when one of the things that we used to do a whole lot of is our interviews, and we have a few coming up. We have a few interviews coming up for you beginning next week. Very interesting with some players that we want to just sit and talk with. Some shorter version of the interviews that we're going to be doing, right? Some important stuff. We still want to hear, and we still want to hear from the head coach at the under 17. As you know, we have always in Jamaica, we have these things where we have not, I don't think there has been any, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the last probably 4 or 5 cycles of football, when the youth teams have been knocked out of competition, which they all have, we have not had any public interviews that I am aware of, at least, where the coaches of the different teams, both on the male and the female side, come out and speak to the people and answer questions. A lot of that is done before, and then at the end of the competition we hear nothing. I think again, want to hear from Coach Freddie Butler, because there are questions that I think he would have the best answers for, and we want to hear from him. You understand me? And we want to hear from the under 20 coach as well. Like it doesn't have to be an I am sure sports, but I think it is something that we need to do going forward. And that is regardless of if as head coach you're going to keep the job or not, you owe it to the people to talk to the people so the people can ask and find out and hear from you about that, right? So that is very important for the growth of the football and the transformation that we need. I think also we have seen that at the senior level as well. And we need to change that. I think many times what happens is players that come out and talk, right? And that can't be the way forward, right? So we're still making every effort and to speak with Coach Freddie Butler. Many questions. I've had like so many questions about this under 17. I really believe that of all the eliminations so far, the under 17 is the one that I think has really hit the core of the people because of the expectations. And I think it is incumbent on the head coach to come and speak. After that, we can talk about assistant coaches and other people connected to the program. But we need to hear from the coach. The release is not sufficient to cover all the issues. So hopefully that will happen in short order. But big up to every single one of you again for coming on. Appreciate it as usual. You understand me? Thanks for all the love and the support. For all the likes. Thanks for a super sticker from my brethren El Granero. Right? Big up Wicked Man Brook again. Gunners boss, Peso, the man. Feel like there's a family relationship between the man, Gunners boss, and Peso, you know. They seem like because they never yet quarrel with each other. Chris Wayne, Calabar for champs, we say. Yeah, Calabar for champs this year, people. Dan Gargan, bless up yourself, you know. You understand me? Yeah. JPL fan, 876 Jamrock, big up yourself. Knockins, did they hear? Knockins, me I go and like me no know. Knockins swear, say me didn't know him name. You know, so me never know say Knockins real. Chavan Pierre, big up, and I never know say I him name Woodfine, you know. Me feel say I Woodbine and him change it to Woodfine. I didn't know, you know. You understand me? Big up on yourself. Why Gunners boss a call and me go close the show? I am Gunners boss. Where you want to say this is I am sure sports and I'm a Gunners boss by because I
Then I know when you get a chance to call, you know, you have CC over here and everybody.
Yeah, but just say the final, say the benediction now. I am Gunners boss. This is I am sure sports and we're over and out.
We are out. Big up on yourself. Tomorrow, morning's man a Friday night. You're gonna take the ass up in the yard like you go a bar.
Hey, good basketball game going on, man. Cavaliers beating up the Celtics.
Me did ask you earlier something about the basketball game and the one person run me about you know talk no basketball.
Yeah, no. Listen, here's the thing what we need to do. We need to do, and from long time I've been telling you, we need to do Piney Steak. Do you want to talk about this? Tomorrow you and I can talk and you just take 20 minutes and you talk about it. That is it. Because a lot of people don't, you assume that other people know about this. No, sir. They don't follow it up. Yeah.
I asked you in the comment section, so you could have typed in the comment section after you can just that.
Type what in the comment? Why people believe that every single comment that is in the comment section, I see them?
Because I sit here and watch you reading all the comments.
Me? Read all the comments?
Yep.
All right. Gunners boss, look. You see what
maybe not all, but most of them.
No, boss. Listen, Gunners boss. So watch this now. What I need to do is because watch this. You see what I do? It's because of how I'm positioned, you know. So what I need to do is to turn everything a particular way so that you will not think I'm looking at. I don't read all of the comments. It's a lot of comments, you know, boss. And the videos, you know. On the live stream, you know.
I'm not hold up this one for long, but you know what? This thing about Freddie Butler is I don't think it is that relevant. These are kids, man. Sometimes it's not tell them fail, them lose a game.
So who was talking about the kids fail? We never said anything about the kids. We talk about the coach.
The coach, how the coach will feel. They are kids and him try and best with them and them take them far away. Them get some experience and them get some exposure so them rebuild and come again. And who can move on.
But both things can be true.
we building again. We're not saying that that is not possible, that it's supposed to happen, but did the coach do things that could have been done differently that would have produced different outcomes?
We don't know that because
So that is why we need to talk to him. That's all.
Okay, I thought it was a pressure campaign, a blame thing. But all right then. It was a great show tonight. And bam, big up on yourself, man, big up yourself, everybody. We have close out. Over and I'm out. I'm gone to my bed.
All right, man.